It is 2:00. Okay, great. It is 2:07. We'll call the meeting to order. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Karen and Estelle. It's nice to have people that are interested in joining us today. Thank you. Good to have you here. We'll start with new business, available programs from New England ADA Center. Thursday, September 19th, 2 to 3 o'clock, the ADA Center will host a session on challenges of providing accessible technology to individuals with disabilities in the correctional system. Certificate of attendance available. And that was it for new programs. In the news, the Disability Law Center released a report urging Massachusetts to transfer control of Bridgewater State Hospital from the Department of Correction to the Department of Mental Health. They cited ongoing abuse and inadequate care. And I don't know if this is correct, but I thought I saw somewhere that they were going to close the prison in Bridgewater anyway. So
yeah, you did.
oh, you saw that too. Okay.
Yeah.
There wasn't that many people remaining there. There was less than 100. So I guess it's not a big deal. The CDC data shows over 70 million US adults reported having a disability. The CDC emphasized the importance of disability inclusion in public health. That's kind of an amazing amount. 70 million United States adults have a disability.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is kind of a cool one. Walmart is going to offer carts for shoppers with disabilities at every store. They will provide special shopping carts called Caroline carts at all 4,600 stores by January 2025, making it easier for caregivers to shop without needing to push both a cart and a wheelchair. These carts can accommodate individuals weighing between 35, which would be a kid, obviously, and 250 pounds. That's really interesting because I've never seen a carriage like that.
I've never seen one. No.
And I think that's a really awesome idea.
It is.
Home Depot tweaks hiring process to aid those with developmental disabilities. The company is updating its entry-level hiring practices, providing clearer information on reasonable accommodations and training staff on inclusive hiring to reduce barriers for those applicants. That's really great because that's a big company, so that will make it easier for a lot of people with disabilities to be able to get hired. So that's excellent.
Yeah, that is excellent. Yeah.
And I guess this is important because they had a big Barbie movie out a year ago.
Yeah.
The first blind Barbie doll is released with tactile features and a cane. Mattel has introduced the first ever blind Barbie as part of its effort to make the iconic doll more inclusive. The new doll aims to represent and empower children with vision impairments. And that's really nice because it's someone that has that's blind and has that's a child. It's kind of nice to have a doll that represents them. So that's very nice. Let's see what else is in the news. Disabled is often seen as a bad word. People with disabilities are working to flip the script. During Disability Pride Month, advocates are challenging misconceptions about disabilities and emphasizing the importance of embracing the term disabled. They push for greater inclusion, representation, and respect for disabled people, rejecting stereotypes and pity. So that's it for in the news. The next
David, quick question. Did you approve the minutes?
No.
I did not do that. So did everyone have an opportunity to see the minutes?
Yes.
My two sets of minutes?
So Lorraine, you saw them, Gloria saw them, and I saw them. So I guess I'll throw it out there. Gloria, Lorraine, who would like to be first to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Well, I can see you, so that works out really well, Gloria. I can hear Lorraine though.
Okay, I'll put it on for one quick second. Let me see.
There you
Hi,
go.
I am
Great,
here.
okay, good to
Yeah,
see you.
you know.
Okay,
It's just
thank
that
you.
it's stuff right in this window right here, so, yes.
You can't hear
I
them.
second it.
Thank you very much. So the minutes from last month are approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next thing we have on our agenda is the Open Disability Commission positions. There are currently 2 open DC positions. One candidate, Karen, has filled out appropriate application, is awaiting the availability of the new town manager to approve the application. The second candidate, Estelle, has expressed interest, and I know she's filled out the application. And again, we would have to wait for a new town manager to approve any applications. Any questions on that, anyone?
Well, the question that I, thought was, I wonder how long that would be. That would probably be quite some time, I'm thinking, maybe even up to 6 months before a new town manager is appointed and in place.
What do you
know?
think, Josh? What do you think a time frame would
What do you
be?
think, Josh?
No comment. No, so what I will say is right now I'm trying to put together the Citizens Advisory Committee so that we can at least get Karen and Estelle through that part of the process.
Okay.
And then as soon as we get that new town manager in, because it is just a quick introductory call.
Formality.
Yeah, we'll get you
Yeah.
get Karen and Estelle appointments with them. That way we can get them on the next available agenda. As far as when the next town manager will be appointed, that I wish I could give you an answer on. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but
Right, who knows?
But
Yeah.
just having, well, I'll do my very best to have them ready to go when we do have them.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, even if they can go through the CAC process, I don't see a reason why they can't,
Right.
No, yeah, I'm talking with the CAC just to get their schedule because usually they meet the first Monday of the month, but it's a holiday this year, so
Right.
we're looking for, I think I asked them to check to see if they had the 9th available. So once they confirm that, then I'll get times reserved and reach out to everyone.
And when you have 2 great volunteers willing to serve, you don't want to lose them, so.
That's
Exactly.
Right, Estelle?
You're here.
Karen, thank you so much.
That is great.
Yeah.
Good, good.
The next thing we have on the agenda is the October Disability Forum. A group, BCCR, has reached out to the Disability Commission to join their sponsored October Disability Forum. The program will be presented at the Bridgewater Library on Tuesday, October 22nd at 6 p.m. BCCR has requested that participating groups man a table at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. prior to the forum presentation. The library has tables and chairs, so there will be no need to transport our own. Other groups and agencies will be bringing materials that they wish to share with the attendees about their services. BCCR stresses that any information we can share about what the Commission does and its initiatives in the community would be valuable to the attendees, especially Bridgewater residents. Suggestions of materials to bring a handout, and maybe if we could, like a snack such as cookies or wrapped candy.
Oh.
That's always a crowd pleaser to have something on the table. Everyone loves that. So is there anyone that's interested in attending? I know, Lorraine, you said you'd be interested.
I will definitely be attending. Yep.
I'm going tonight.
So that's
No,
on
this is going to be in October.
October 22nd.
Oh, I thought it was, oh, I'm sorry, okay.
No, okay. That would be, give us no time to prepare for it.
Right, that's what I was, okay.
So it's on October 22nd. Gloria, did you say you'd be going too?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Going.
Okay, that's great. This too. Karen, would you be going?
I think so. I should be around.
And Lorraine, I told you I was going to go.
Yes.
But I no longer can go. And that's going to bring up something that's going to partially affect us for the next meeting and maybe for a couple of months. Turns out, I found out last week I have cancer, unfortunately.
Oh, David.
So what's going to be happening? I'm going on vacation next week.
Yeah.
Then then when I come back, either that week or the week after, I'm having an operation, and then the following week, I'm having a second operation.
Oh, wow.
For the first
Oh.
2 or 3 weeks, I can't even walk whatsoever. They just
Oh.
said stay as still as possible. Then
Oh.
after that, I don't know how quick it's gonna get better or whatever, or what the next steps are. So I could be out of commission for a while,
Okay.
definitely for at least a month.
Mhm.
And so I won't be able to attend that disability forum, but hopefully I can continue, doing the agenda and all that stuff for the next
Yes.
month. So I'll kind of reach out to you guys and let you know in advance what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We'll be praying for
Thank you.
I
Yes,
appreciate
we
it.
will be. And David, whatever you need, anything, anytime, you know
Oh,
that.
I know. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I just don't want to, I have to necessarily share so much, but I don't want to just disappear for a long time either.
Yeah.
Gee, what the heck happened to David? But
Right.
that's what's
Yeah.
going on, and we'll kind of take it one day at a time.
Yeah, definitely. And we're all here for you, David.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yep.
we appreciate your sharing, David, because then we
We
can
do.
be there to pray and to help you if you
Yep.
need it.
Exactly. Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Kind of the next step of what I wrote, and maybe, I mean, you can make adjustments to it, Lorraine, if you want to write up something, but I wrote down some ideas of things that we worked on over a few year period that maybe you could put for the forum, on a piece of paper, and then just make
Yes.
some copies of it. So some of the things that we did over the years, well, I started what we do. We advise and assist town officials in ensuring compliance
Mhm.
with federal and state disability laws. This is all on the agenda.
Mhm.
Review policies and activities of town departments and boards as they affect persons with disabilities. Provide information, referral, advocacy, and technical assistance to individuals, businesses, and organizations in all matters pertaining to disabilities, and coordinate the activities of other local groups, spelled wrong, but it's local groups, organized to meet the needs of persons with disabilities. But in a nutshell, it's kind of what the Disability Commission does.
Mhm.
Right.
For some accomplishments that we've done, Bridgewater Disability Commission worked within the confines of town management to improve accessibility to the Academy building through the addition of a second disability entrance located closer to the main parking area. Now, that was several years ago, but we worked through the Disability Commission for some years with Mike Dudden to really get that accomplished. So that was a pretty big accomplishment in the
Yes.
end.
Yeah.
Improved location of handicap parking spots in Marathon Park, a children's playground in Bridgewater. Again, we talked about this for a couple of years, but the handicap parking was relocated to the immediate entrance to Marathon Park. And they also improved wheelchair accessibility in Marathon Park. Due to suggestions from Bridgewater Disability Commission, the sidewalk lip was lowered to accommodate wheelchair accessibility. Damaged disability-friendly swings were also replaced, repaired due to the urging of the Disability Commission. Several years ago, but again, that was an accomplishment. Bridgewater Disability Commission recommended a change to the crosswalks at Bridgewater Housing. This was a Lorraine project. These changes included improved signage, refreshed crosswalks, and lengthening the crossing time to accommodate residents with disabilities that may take longer to cross. Bridgewater Disability Commission has worked in conjunction with the town of Bridgewater to suggest improvements to Stiles and Hart Park that would be helpful to residents with disabilities. They took several of our suggestions, and I still haven't gone into the park itself, though I did pull into the parking lot, and it looks great up until they reached out to us from the town to have some ideas for Stiles and Hart. I never realized exactly where it was, and now it's got an awesome parking lot. They haven't put up the signs yet, but that's going to make it more visible. And it's looks like a nice park. There's always cars parked there now also.
Wow, that's great.
Yep. We're going there.
I think there might be two
Excellent.
entrances because there's a really there's a parking lot that I've been in that has quite a few parking spots. So then right next to, I believe, the Chinese restaurant over there that went out of business. It looks like another parking lot.
It does.
So it doesn't have an entrance to that. Maybe they're going to open it eventually, but it looks like there'll be 2 parking lots, maybe at each end of the getting into the park.
Great.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that project is due to finish in the fall. And in that second parking lot, they are planning for that. They ran into an issue with I think some piping or something. So they're just
Okay.
waiting to get that sorted out.
Oh, great. Yeah, it seems like all of a sudden a few weeks ago they stopped working over there, but
Right.
you know, we're working hot and heavy for a while. Let's see. Bridgewater Disability Commission worked with the town of Bridgewater to make suggestions to make the renovated memorial building more accessible to residents with disabilities. And we went back and forth about the lift that they had inside the memorial building, and
Yeah.
the suggestion was to make it bigger and bigger. And they didn't quite get to our goal of a little bit bigger so attendant could get on with a person in a wheelchair, but they did make it somewhat bigger, and it's certainly an addition to the building. So that was nice.
Right.
Bridgewater Disability Commission worked with the town of Bridgewater to ensure the downtown area is made more accessible for people with disability by ensuring sidewalks, crosswalks, potholes are supervised and maintained on a regular basis, and all concerns brought to the attention of the town. And we went through this some years ago, and I know everything was painted and fresh, but now it doesn't look as painted and fresh anymore. So I guess it's kind of an ongoing challenge.
It is.
And lastly, the Bridgewater Disability Commission lent its support to the town of Bridgewater through a letter of support for Bridgewater's application for the ADA improvement grant. Those are some of the things that we did, and you know, you might want to put
David,
that on. Oh, yes.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think wouldn't it be nice to have a handout with everything you just listed so people could take that away with them?
That's why I wrote it, so that it could be made into a handout. I didn't do the handout, but I actually, at the beginning of it, it was a listing of what we do, and then there was some of the things we have accomplished. So, right, if we could do a handout to bring, that would show what the Disability Commission is all about and some of the things that we've worked on. And I think that will be great, Lorraine. I mean, Gloria, excuse me. So, yeah, that's great. And that's why I did all this, so that you'd have some information and materials to work with.
Nice.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what we'll do is we'll try to find a friend of ours, Gloria, who's good with doing graphics or whatever. and can do kind of a handout.
Because it won't be me.
Yeah, it won't be me either.
Basically, it's funny you said that, Lorraine, because even if I was gonna go, it wouldn't be me either, because the way I type, it doesn't look attractive or handout ready whatsoever. So
David, let me see if I have any connections anywhere, okay?
I think you have connections everywhere, Lorraine.
Let me see if I know of a few people who are pretty good, you know, with graphics and all that. And we can just maybe give them some bullet points, you know, just to put on there. Nothing major, overly major, just what our accomplishments, you know, what we're all about. And basically, like you said, what are some of our accomplishments, you know, and this and that. And if you want to task me with doing that, I can definitely try to, you know,
I would appreciate that, Lorraine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Yep.
Good. Very good.
I'd be happy to bake, but
I was
don't feel,
Me too.
you know, I'd be happy to bake, but I don't feel comfortable going when I'm not really a member yet. Do you know what I'm saying, David? It sounds like I won't officially be a member, and
and that's
I don't
fine.
think I can answer the questions.
Right, but what they're doing, Estelle, from 5 to 6, they're asking us to man a table with other people are going to be manning tables also at the library and answering questions. After that, at 6 o'clock, there's going to be a presentation that anyone is invited to. So if you'd like to go, you're more than welcome to attend the presentation. And I can understand what you're saying about not wanting to man the table, not even
Right.
being a member yet. But if you'd like to go to the presentation, that will begin the same day at 6 o'clock. And
that's is that the 22nd?
Yes.
what did you say? The
Yeah.
22nd.
Yeah,
October
so telling me for
22nd.
baking, I'll definitely bake.
Oh,
for you.
great. Yeah.
And I'll help with setting up the table and all of that. I won't sit there, but I'll help
Right.
you,
Yep.
Lorraine, Gloria.
That's no
do
problem. I don't mind sitting up
Yeah.
at the table and
Yeah.
we'll have some handouts and,
Yeah.
and just come to the program. I mean, you don't have to come as
Sure.
obviously a
We'll get some
board
candy
member.
or baking
you
or
know.
something.
We
But
don't
it's
want to
gonna be-
misrepresent ourselves yet.
No, and
That's
yeah,
okay.
and we wouldn't have asked you to sit at the table representing us.
No.
But you definitely please attend though. They really
Yeah.
would like to see
I'll
the
be there.
public attend,
Definitely.
So that would be great.
Great.
Excellent.
So to kind of sum up, Lorraine, Gloria, and Karen are going to attend. You're
Yeah.
going to reach out, Lorraine, to
Yeah.
one of your many, many contacts and have all the information about what the Disability Commission is about and some
Yeah.
of the projects we've accomplished over the years, put into an attractive, ready to hand out handout, and we'll go from there. Sounds
David,
good.
it will be attractive because I'm not doing it. So
Yeah. I know, some people
if
make
I were
it
to
look.
do it, it would be a little bit of a different story. It would not be attractive.
It
So.
will look like what I just did here. And it's funny because the kids nowadays, they can just go boom, 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 and they put it all together and it looks great. And it's not something that comes easy to me either,
Boy, I know what you mean. God.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So we'll move on from there. Thank you all. The next thing, and I got to thank Josh. On the last meeting, we talked about an ongoing parking concern, and it was a concerned citizen was upset. He took a picture of a town vehicle parked in a handicap spot at the municipal Memorial Building, which is a municipal building. And Josh forwarded it immediately on from there. So taken care of. Hopefully it won't happen again. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
The next thing, and if you'd like to read it each, Gloria, if you have yours, you sent me a letter about the crosswalk safety, and Lorraine, you also sent me an email. If you would like to read, Gloria, if you'd like to read yours first, talk a little bit about your issue with the crosswalk, and then we'll have Lorraine read hers.
First, I have to find it. If Lorraine has hers,
I have to find mine too.
yeah. Okay, yep. Let's see.
Let me see too. Yeah.
All right, I found mine.
Okay.
So basically it says, last Saturday morning, I and friends were in town and needed to cross from the area of the Congregational Church and Juice Bar to get to the green, then cross again from the green to Music Alley to get to our vehicle. So we approached the painted crosswalk just as an individual. So we were on the side of the church, and at the same moment, an individual in a wheelchair approached from the green. So we were going, one way, and he or she were coming toward us. We were clearly visible in the crosswalk, yet we needed to wait till 2 cars and almost a third ever stopped to let us cross. Luckily, the individual in the wheelchair took our cue and waited till we commenced across and then did the same. My point, clearly the white paint crosswalk is not effective. There needs to be more. And to that, I'll add, when you're crossing from the Congo Church in the Juice Bar area, you have all these cars that are parked.
It's terrible.
You need to walk beyond the car.
Right.
But by the time you do that, you're really in the road. So I don't know what the solution is, but I know we may reconfigure the center of town at some point. But for right now, the fact that there are cars on either side of those crosswalks makes it so, and we can control, because we were walking, but the individual across from us, I'm so glad we were there, because then they waited until we were halfway into the street, and then they proceeded to come past us. And so I had my eye on that. So that's just an observation I made that Saturday morning.
Let's appreciate it. Lorraine, you also had an observation.
Yes, and thank you, Gloria, for that letter. That just got everything started. I said, hi, all. Thank you, David, and this committee for outlining and detailing some very serious and dangerous conditions pedestrians continue to encounter when attempting to access crosswalks in this community. This has and continues to be, I believe, the #1 issue of focus for this commission. Gloria, it is sad to see that motorists continuously speed through the Central Square downtown district with no regard for those waiting in crosswalks, even individuals in wheelchairs. Navigating through this often congested area as a motorist also is an experience. I have driven through at a snail's pace and everyone continues to race past me. When I slow down and stop for a pedestrian in the crosswalk, I have risked being rear-ended by motorists who are flying through. It's a free-for-all. There are no clearly defined lanes now due to worn, faded paint and lack of attention getting signage. I agree with all of the areas of concern regarding crosswalk safety, David and Gloria. I hope that major improvements will be forthcoming as pedestrian safety within town should be a priority. Lorraine.
So any other comments in regard to this? I think you're both saying what we said before quite a lot. I'm trying to see when I wrote this. At the July Disability Commission meeting, crosswalk safety within the confines of the downtown Bridgewater area was discussed. It has come up often from concerned Bridgewater residents. The commission discussed composing a letter, compiling the issues, and suggesting improvements. After all the members of the Disability Commission have an opportunity for input, we can submit the letter to the town manager's office or the future town manager's office. You gave me some suggestions and some comments. The issue is primarily crosswalk safety in the downtown Bridgewater area. I would think near the Bridgewater State University, Broad Street areas of downtown, from the corner bakery, stretching as far as Roach Brothers, and most prominently, the area surrounding the downtown green. Crosswalks exist at all the aforementioned sites, but may be faded, poorly signed, or simply inadequate. Traffic in general, like you said, does not slow down for residents in crosswalks, especially for residents with disabilities that require additional time to cross the streets. Improvements may include raised crosswalks, brighter painted colors of crosswalks, improved or increased signage in conjunction with crosswalks. You mentioned both issues that you've had. This is some ideas. Would you suggest that we kind of put a letter together, forward it to Josh to go to the, I guess the highway department would be the next step, but it needs to slow down the traffic downtown because I walk fairly fast and nobody stops. I mean, I've tried to crush a couple of times. I like the coffee shop down there and whatever, and I've tried to crush a couple of times and nobody slows down. And if you're a little older, if you're a little slower, whatever, it's really taking your life in your hand right now. Some of it they may not want to do. If you put a speed bump, along, it slows down traffic and it might make it even more jammed up than it is. However, do we really want it to be as fast as it is right now? So, I mean, I'm not an engineer to figure this all out, but it seems like it's definitely a safety concern right now.
It is.
David, I think one of the biggest issues when you go around the Rotary, they're obviously due to the not clearly defined lanes. So if you have a car, actually a truck that's in a parking spot and they're hanging out and you're trying to, go around it, right? You have somebody on the left that's trying to pass you, but you're trying to avoid this truck that's hanging out. I mean, it just happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
There's no lines. It's not defined. You have large vehicles, oversized vehicles that are in spots that I feel shouldn't be in,
Gloria's point was also a really good one about the angle of the way the cars are parked. You actually almost have to get into traffic to see what's going on. And I mentioned this last month, but I tutor every Monday at the library. So when I'm coming out of that side entrance road, you really have to get almost into the middle of the road to see if anyone coming, and they're going so fast. It's definitely a safety issue.
It's
and if
horrible.
I was walking, I would be even worse off.
Oh.
So what do you think the next step should be, guys?
Well, I think we should put together a letter and it's just what route does it take? Where does it go from us, and who do we address it to?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask Josh, would we send, we can put this together into one report with our suggestions, send it to you to forward to the highway department, send it to you to forward to the next level? What should we do?
So I can actually speak on to a couple things that you guys had brought up. So that lane discrepancy of not being able to determine where the lane starts and everything, that's actually being worked on by engineering. They're gonna do a painting where they kind of make a like a bulge come out for the painting with striped area so that it does show that it's just one lane. So that is being worked on. And I don't know the specifics of the community and economic development's plan for downtown right there. But I do know that Azu, he's aware, Paul is aware of the parking issue of them being diagonal. So that is something that's that they're aware of and they want to fix. But with that being said, I would still recommend writing the letter and concerns and offering the support from the Disability Commission, and I will forward it along to Highway, Community and Economic Development, and Azu.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And the one thing that Josh did not mention right now, it's just the brightness and the I guess noticeability of the crosswalks. I mean, people just drive through them like they don't exist, and it needs something to slow people down, I think.
And David,
yes.
Josh also forwarded it was from the town of Bridgewater regarding the fair share funds information from the highway department.
Yes.
Him speaking to the highway department, Paul DaCosta. Did you want to discuss that? He had sent Josh had sent this out to us. I spoke with the highway department superintendent, Paul DaCosta, completed projects. And do you have that?
I do have it. Hold on. Do you have it? You can read it. If not, I have it.
Okay, if you don't mind me reading it.
I would love you to read it. Thank you.
Okay, he said, I spoke with the highway department superintendent, Paul DaCosta, completed projects. Main Street, all ramps have been converted to be ADA accessible. Upcoming projects, Chapter 90, Deerfield Drive, reclaimed, graded, and paved. Wynwood Circle, reclaimed, graded, and paved. Forest Street, milled and paved. Winter Street, School Street, Plymouth Street, and Borough Avenue. New sidewalks, ADA ramps through shared street grants, spring of 2025. So he was able, thank you, Josh, for providing this information from Paul DaCosta, the highway superintendent.
Definitely thank you on that one.
Yeah.
Any questions from anyone in regard to that? Okay. The next thing on the agenda is just, is there any suggestions for future topics? We have a couple new future members with us. Is there anything that you'd like to see us discuss or work on going forward?
I would like to mention something. I don't know if it's the parameters of the Disability Commission or the Senior Center, but just a thought that I had. Speaking to seniors at the Senior Center or here at Stone Meadow, we all feel that one of the problems is we can't seem to do the same jobs or the chores around the house that we used to do, mainly because of limited mobility, weakness in our muscles or balancing. For example, something like gardening. I used to love to garden. I don't dare go out and do any weeding. I'm afraid if I get down. I might not get up. So, and a lot of people have expressed the same thing. It's like, I love flower pots. I can't lift a flower pot. I can't lift the potting soil. I can't do some of the things that I would like to do around the house. But at the same time, most of us are on fixed incomes. We can't be hiring landscapers to do these little jobs. And landscapers don't want to come out for the little jobs. You know, it's something that they're not going to do. But there are other things around the house, like just moving bins or moving things, just little chores that seniors can't seem to do. Raking is going to be a big thing in the fall. I don't know if we can tap into the high school seniors that need community service, Boy Scout, Girl Scout troops that need badges. I don't know if that's something that we can do with the Disability Commission and reach out. I don't know if there's a liability problem here. I don't know if it's a senior center, something that could be worked out with the senior center. So I'm just throwing it out there. Is there something that we can do? I know I'm waiting for landscapers. They were saying they were going to be here yesterday just to do some weeding, and they didn't show up. You know, I just, I'd like to get something going, some kind of a help with the, I know in the fall, a lot of the seniors can't get out and rake, and it bothers them. They take pride in their houses and they want something done.
Karen, so, I know in the past, Emily has had volunteers from either the high school or the college that have helped with some yard work before. I don't know that it's a disability commission thing per se. However, nothing is to say that we couldn't reach out and say to the senior center, the Elder Affairs Commission, and ask, you know, if they are getting these volunteers from the high school and college, just like you described, the need to get their credits, would it be possible to have, you know, like a list that people that need yard work done or moving something or some of these basic tasks complete as part of their volunteer? So that's a great idea.
So we'll go through Emily with it, go through the senior center more.
And they have done that before. You know, sometimes they had a few volunteers, sometimes it's not as many, but you know, there's always, there usually is a few people that'd be willing to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, David, that obviously definitely is a senior center, you know, issue. It should be something that should be directed to them. Although obviously we're a disabilities commission and we want to make sure everybody is advocated for and able to, you know, have things done that they would like to be able to achieve. So maybe just right now through this meeting, we're putting a bug in the Elder Affairs Chairman's ear, COA's ear, and maybe the Elder Affairs Chairman.
Sorry, I forgot you were there. I forgot you were there. David.
I forgot about that.
I told you, I know a lot of people in high places. I told you guys that. David's one of them.
The reason I wasn't too enthusiastic last year, we reached out and we were going to get some volunteers to do yard work, like lawn mowing or different things like that. And we didn't get a lot of volunteers to do it. I was fortunate to get my personal landscaper to volunteer to do 2 people's lawns for free. It was on a nice gesture on his part. So we were able to do, it was really nice of them. And one of them is someone that no longer lives in her house. But however, we can try again. I know that Emily sometimes gets all sorts of people applying to do volunteer. They need, it's kind of the end of the year and they need to get the credits, and then sometimes she doesn't get that many. So let me reach out to my job as Elder Affairs Commission, talk with Emily and see if we could get some volunteers. And I think the way to go, Karen, would be to, you know, go through the senior center. You know, if she could do like a list of people that need raking or, you know, whatever it is, get them on the list, and it will kind of be first come, first serve, because she doesn't get that many volunteers. But that's a wonderful.
Well, you know, let me know if I can help in any way. I have no problem calling organizations and reaching out and I'm pretty good at finding volunteers.
I guess you are.
Come up with some seniors.
You might have some knowledge in that from the past, huh?
I know, just a little.
I know.
Good. Is there any other ideas for?
I do have one, David.
Oh, good. Come
on. This one is not a senior center one. This is a town one. Being married to someone who is deaf and losing part of my hearing wearing hearing aids, I've realized that many young people are exposed to very high volumes of sound at a very young age. And the recommended sound volume should be about 89 decibels. Most kids are hearing sound at a much higher level. And I don't know if there's any way that we can, as a town, recommend that musicians that are coming in are required to not go above a certain decibel when they play. I know the amplification is way higher than that, but they're harming their hearing. And I've talked to Emily at the senior center about it because I know many of the seniors complain about how high the musicians that come in are playing their music. I know when they have concerts at the high school, it's you can't talk to anybody there. The concerts in the churches are just as bad. The concerts at the river, I would imagine at the concert that they're going to have coming up is going to be way, way above any decibel that is any recommendation. I don't know if there's any way we can, as a town, have any kind of influence on it, but we're harming everybody with the decibels that they're using. And as future deafness, we're not helping anyone.
Actually, that's a good point. I've heard that before, that listening to the loud music as loud as younger people do nowadays is going to have a significant impact on their hearing as they get, older.
Sometimes it only takes one concert.
I wonder who we'd reach out to for something like that, just for a recommendation that they lower the volume in upcoming concerts. You're saying sponsored by the town, correct?
I don't know if the town can have some kind of influence on incoming concerts or musicians when they play. Music Alley, I don't know if when they use their amplifiers, if we can have some kind of rule that they can't go above certain decibels, but I don't know.
Josh, out of curiosity, if we were going to recommend, if there was anything involved from the town, from concerts, music at a higher level, who would we mention that we would like to see it lowered to save future hearing?
A good question. I don't know if that would have to be like an ordinance that would have to actually go through town council and voted on or anything like that. But if you get something together, as always, I'm happy to put out my feelers and see who can help us on it.
Okay. Well, that's good. Thank you. And thank you, Estelle. That's a good topic.
Josh, I'm thinking you're correct with that. I believe that would be under a noise ordinance, wouldn't it?
I think it'd be something similar.
Like that. Something somehow, yeah, I think it would be under a noise ordinance and whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, but it is true though. The sounds today are just so deafening. It's crazy. Yeah. Thank you, Estelle.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, kind of going along with that, I was thinking about watching TV. So my wife has great hearing and she listens to the TV with a volume of around 12, 11, or maybe even 10. You know how like on your Comcast remote, it's got the different volumes and you can raise it up. When I listen to TV, I push it up to 15 or 16, which my wife thinks is loud. When I go to my in-laws' house and they're watching TV, they listen at 52.
Oh boy.
So when I am over there,
yeah,
it is blasting. I can't even think. And they think it's great. And this is what you get to if too loud sounds all your life. So I guess, this is a good point, Estelle, and let's see if we can do something.
It is. Yeah.
It is. So let's see what else we got. We went by future topics. I have a wish list that maybe can come together with something for it. I'd like to see improved and added disability-friendly attractions for children with disabilities. And I didn't finish my thought here. I was meaning to say a Marathon Park. They do have a couple things. They have a couple of swings that are set up for children with disabilities. And one of them is set up for a larger child that's disabled. But there isn't, that much of attractions there for children that have disabilities. So I like to see a few more things added. I know that there's parks in New England that have quite a bit more. So that would be on my wish list as something we get behind moving forward.
That's great. Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Any other comments? Anything anyone else would like to bring up today?
No, I think we're moving along. We continue to move along. Obviously the commission, morphs and changes, and people come off and people come on, and everybody adds whatever they can, but the main fact of it is everybody is advocating, for the larger cause of it, the larger purpose of it. And I really like the fact that Krista Jemian reached out to us regarding this disabilities commission, this disabilities forum that they will be having, because that's going to put us out there. I think that's going to really be pretty good.
That's a great idea. I am happy that they did that too. Yes. And actually, I appreciate the fact that you, Gloria, and Karen are going, and you're going to set up like a handout and all that, which is also going to improve our visibility. And I think that's great. So it definitely gets this out there. And I'm appreciating Karen and Estelle being here for future new members, bringing new and fresh ideas. And, that's going to help us out too. And, we certainly want to be fully staffed, and our fully staffed is 5 members. So, I look forward to being you guys being official and joining us, and it'll be great to be fully staffed again.
Exactly. And sometimes, David, it's nice to, just complete a few things as opposed to having a wish list of 20,000 things and you never accomplish them. So, sometimes you just throw too many things.
I think you're right.
Out there, and it just doesn't make sense.
One thing accomplished and a whole bunch of things, that look good, but that you don't make any progress with it. So I agree with you.
Exactly. Yep.
Is there any other comments or questions or anything anyone would like to bring up?
No, good.
I know. So the date of the next Disability Commission meeting is Tuesday, September 24th at 2 p.m. I'll let you know what's going on with me. And we'll go from there. And I think that's basically it. I thank everyone for the time, their suggestions, and their involvement. I feel really good about the direction we're taking. And, I look forward to future meetings. And thank you.
Yeah, I also apologize for the late start. I know everybody was waiting, and I'm really sorry about that. So,
well, you weren't that late because I couldn't find my link. Gloria had to get a link. So we all kind of came in at our own time today, and it wasn't that late. I think we were either 6 or 7 after. So it was a little late, but it wasn't that bad, and it all came together.
Yeah, but David, you know what I was thinking? Oh my God, I'm gonna be one of those people.
What are you thinking?
That has a problem on Zoom. What is the problem? The bottom line is I need to get my new laptop up and running because it's in security mode again. And I can't add the Zoom, app to it. So I'm using this old one. But I did attend. Okay, here's where we go again. Connections after connections. Real quickly, I did attend they did the cybersecurity lab tour and program over at BSU.
Right.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. Gloria, you went also.
I did.
We
I
was
went.
still too, and it was amazing. But I was able to ask about that S mode security, system in my new HP laptop, and I've been actually communicating back and forth with Dave Marion, the
cool.
IT security director. So he's given me some advice on what to do in this and that. So hopefully by September, I'll have my new computer laptop and I'll get rid of this old thing. So
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you and good luck.
yes. And best wishes to you, David, also.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
From all of us.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
definitely.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move to adjourn the meeting. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Thank you,
And
Gloria.
I will second it.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Okay.
Thank you for your time again. Everybody have a great day. Take care.
You too. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye. Thanks, Josh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye.